Let's say if I'm a Sri Lankan investor myself, what is the minimum price that I can enter into Dubai real estate?
You can enter off-plan real estate market with the minimum 50 million rupees.
Huh.
Okay.
With the investment of 100 million rupees, can a person actually enjoy these returns, Mr. Raj?
So now with this 100 million rupees in Dubai, you can buy a
Even if there was capital gain on paper in Sri Lanka, how would this work if you could give us a real life example?
You can see because of the inflation depreciation, they lose. That's why I say the investor in Sri Lanka, they have to focus Dubai real estate market.
Welcome to this special episode where we dive deep into real estate investments in Dubai for Sri Lankans. My name is Theo, a wealth management advisor based in Dubai, and I'm thrilled to have over here with me, who needs no introduction in Dubai's real estate scene, none other than our own Mr. Raj Khaleel, CEO of Fimco Real Estate, a strategic wealth advisor, senior property consultant, and a member of National Association of Realtors, president of a BNI chapter in Dubai, and with over a decade of experience in the market. Mr. Raj Khaleel has actually helped countless investors through fact-based strategies and smart investment approaches to maximize their returns. We are both Sri Lankans, and it's surprising that Sri Lankans are among the least represented investor communities in Dubai, Mr. Raj Khaleel. And while over 200 nationalities are investing over here, mainly led by the British and Indians, I want to understand, why do you think there are a few investors, specifically Sri Lankans, in Dubai, Mr. Raj Khaleel?
Yes. Thank you for having me here. Really, I am happy to share and compare about the Dubai real estate as well as with the Sri Lanka real estate market. So this will help our Sri Lankan investors to understand about the Dubai real estate market very well. And I can say there are a few reasons why among 200 nationalities, Sri Lanka has a few investors here in Dubai. The mainly the lack of awareness. They don't much understand about the potential of the Dubai real estate market. This is the one of the main reasons because they also unaware about the high rental income about Dubai real estate market. Also, they have no idea about the high appreciation they can achieve in Dubai real estate market, as well as no capital gain tax here and no rental income tax. Then also they can achieve their payback and return of this capital within short period. So this all unaware. So this episode and this podcast, I will get the opportunity to give all this awareness, and this will help them to understand much. And second reason is trust issue, because they have in Sri Lanka a bad experience with the Sri Lanka real estate market, especially in the condominium market. Right. The delay of the projects and COC problems, and there's no security in Sri Lanka for their investment, no right regulations, and there are many condominium properties still no COC, and also there are many other reasons they are thinking, okay, the similar way they are comparing with the Dubai also because of their bad experience in own local market. Right. So now in Dubai, they have to understand it is a regulated market, which is government control everything. Real estate is controlled by Dubai Land Department, which is RERA, Real Estate Regulatory Agency. All the real estate companies and as well as the developers, they are controlled by Dubai Land Department, which is a RERA. So this is, let's say, the funds, because in Sri Lanka, they invest in their experience, their developers, they might use the funds for any other purpose. They 100% they might use for a project to complete. But in Dubai, there's a regulation. They can't use these funds to any other purposes, only for develop the project. Right. So this is one of the reason. And second is payment transfer issues. So here in Dubai, the developers accept even bank transfer, manager checks, cash, as well as the cryptocurrency. Right. So these all payment option available for invest in Dubai. This also another reason. Other thing is that they don't know 100% about the real estate market, how work in Dubai real estate. This is another issue, unaware of this. This is why they have less investors, I can say, from Sri Lanka. So I can say Dubai Land Department, RERA, control everything. This is one of the safest and investment option available in Dubai compared to any cities in the world. This is one of the reasons. Secondly, the off-plan payment will go completely to the escrow account. So any projects developers, they cannot start the project without the escrow account.
Right.
Okay, they have to register the projects. So, but in Sri Lanka, there's no such regulation. There's no payment guarantee. They are investors' payment. Also, they rental income, which is more than 8%, they can achieve from rental
Right.
yield, and without no tax, 100% income they can keep with them. And also, there's no capital gain tax. Because of that, whatever they earn, their payback period will be short time. These all they are unaware. We can talk everything about this,
100%.
and I hope from this podcast they can understand much about
Correct.
the Dubai real estate market compare with the Sri Lanka market.
Right.
Then I hope this will help them to enter Dubai real estate
Yes.
market.
Very good, Mr. Raj. And see, from what you said, I understood there's a lack of awareness in market, which you've highlighted. And you also mentioned a few regulations, escrow accounts regulations. I want to understand, and can you also help our audience understand how Dubai has addressed those fears through regulations, and how is it safer and more professional than what investors have actually experienced in real estate markets in Sri Lanka? How has this helped?
Yes, Dubai government is following strict regulation.
Right.
All developers and real estate company has to follow. So DLD, which is RERA, is controlling all the projects. So now the off plan.
Right.
So off plan, when they want to start the project, the approval need to be under one body. In Sri Lanka, UDA and Condominium Authority will control the whole real estate market. And Dubai, it's RERA, Real Estate Regulatory Agency, will control the market. And secondly, the off plan security in Dubai. So when we talk about Dubai real estate RERA, how they control any developer, let's say one developer has to start the project. They need a land. They own the land under the project name, not the developer name or developer company name or third party name. So let's say in Sri Lanka, you can start the project when you have a land, and you can have a JV and can start the construction in that project. Only you have a MOU or JV. But in Dubai, you should have this land under the project name. So this project will come, the land also will come, the control of the RERA. And secondly, they should have start the construction 20% to 30% to progress they have to complete, or they have to keep up to 30% of the project value in the escrow account. Then only they can launch the project. You will see in Dubai pre-launch.
Right.
Pre-launch only they can collect EOI, which is a expression of interest amount. Okay,
Right.
they don't have a right to collect down payment. So this down payment or monthly installment only can collect after the escrow account is ready, which is called
Right.
trustee account. So initially the land ownership will be under the project. Then project will have a fund in the escrow account, and they have a construction investment and construction amount. Developers should have the fund. Then they will start to launch the project. All the investor will transfer their fund to the escrow account. So this is how the protecting the investors, giving them the investor the safety, and the country for an investor friendly policy will help them to much. That's why the 200 nationalities are investing here. The leading investors are from India as well as from UK because of their trust in Dubai, the system. And most of the other nationalities, countries are investing here. So the message I want to give the Sri Lankan investors,
Right.
you have all safety, and here you no need to compare with the Sri Lanka based experience, whatever in the market, everything digitalized. This project is registered or under construction, and escrow account is available, and project progress, everything is digitalized. You can see everything in the Dubai Land Department website. And
Right.
also you can see the transaction, rental transaction, even the property sales transaction, all are trust in
Right.
Dubai. But this type of transparency and all you don't have in Sri Lanka. This episode we have to
Yes.
compare with the Sri Lanka.
Yes.
But as a Sri Lankan, I also want Sri Lanka well regulated
Correct.
for other all investors. And also when I do real estate in Sri Lanka, so I usually take the data from the CBSL and
Right.
other some data which would compare the market. And also the only we can see the portal. But here we can see everything is the data directly from the Dubai Land Department. We can see the transaction from the Dubai Land Department transaction. This is one of the, I can say, main about Dubai real estate market, which is you can trust. And secondly, the legal documentation. When we talk about the legal documents here in Dubai, any off-plan properties, you sign the SPA, and after the sales and purchase agreement, you will receive pre-title deed, which is called ukud, from Dubai Land Department directly.
Right.
But in Sri Lanka, only you sign for off-plan properties or under construction,
Right.
which is SPA only, sales and purchase agreement only. But even though multiple unit can be registered different name also, because
Right.
there's no regulation properly. When I was there, currently also I did my research about Sri Lanka. The investors, they will only have a SPA, but in Dubai they will have a pre-title deed. Ownership you will receive even for off-plan properties, and these are the safe measurement. Document wise also you are protected. This also I can say about the Dubai, and also in Sri Lanka when we compare with the COC and BCC. Okay, in Dubai we call BCC. COC is always we needed after completion project in Sri Lanka, any construction and condominium, you need a COC to obtain the title deed.
Right.
But in Dubai also you need a building completion certificate. But the difference is there. In Dubai, without building completion certificate, BCC, you can't obtain, even you can't apply for a DIVA, which is the water and electricity connection. You can't appoint a property management company, and you can't give a occupancy. I mean, you can't take the handover. But in Sri Lanka, without COC, you can take electricity, water supplies, and also they can give a handover. And many properties, I know, many condominium properties in Colombo, no COC, no title deed, maybe many years. Dubai, you will get the title deed if you have paid complete payment, 100%, you will receive within 24 hours your title deed. So these are the safety and regulation. All are in order. Investors are well protected and everything is safe. And other thing we can talk about the property management and rental system. So they are called governed by Mullak. In Dubai, all the service charges and everything is controlling.
Right.
But in Sri Lanka, there's no proper regulation. The owner association, they are managing this one. First year, developer will manage and all. But here, from the day the BCC completion, then you should have a proper property management company. This also will appointed by RERA, the government only. And the service charge also will be controlled and audited annually by Mullak. You will have based on the amenities, based on the other features, you will have a service charge and all. And also you have here RDC, which is a rental dispute center, which will protect the investor and tenants. Both are protected. And there are a EJRE system, which is all the tenancy contract has to be signed, and residents only can have a EJRE, long-term contract. So this is the way they all are systemized. And the payment also, you are receiving in advance, which is by checks and PDC checks, which is here usually the civil case or any bonds check, travel bans happening. This is how you can evict the tenant if the payment issues there. So all disputes can be sorted out from the RDC, rental dispute center. All are systemized. This is how the Dubai real estate market work. And hope people not only they make money, and also they will have a peace of mind when they invested here, and stress-free they can do the investment. And like real estate agents, experts and professionals in real estate field, they can guide and advise them for right investment opportunities.
Understood. So, with regards to safety, I think you've given a very clear picture to fellow Sri Lankan investors with regards to the Dubai real estate market, where you've mentioned it's systemized and digitalized mostly. Transparency is key at the end of the day for everything. And you've also mentioned, Mr. Raj, that you have quite a few experience in Sri Lankan real estate, other than Dubai real estate as well. I want to understand how exactly this returns versus ROI terms, let's talk. How does it work with regards to the UAE market and Sri Lankan market, with your experience and knowledge?
Yes, this is the very important question, because every investor, I'm not talking about any, as a Sri Lankan, I have also own my house in Sri Lanka only. Everyone is needed, their own living place should be needed in Sri Lanka. We all are earning in overseas or in Sri Lanka, for they want a one dream home in Sri Lanka. But when we are talking about investment, this is numbers. You need a profit. This is what we are are going to discuss here.
Yes.
So in Sri Lanka, we can compare. In Sri Lanka, 3 to 4%, you will have a rental yield in Colombo. And we are now discussing about the Colombo and urban Colombo areas. So 3 to 4%, I'm talking about the maximum range, 3 to 4% only rental yield in Sri Lanka. And capital appreciation in Sri Lanka, capital gains, I don't think they can make capital gain because of the inflation and currency depreciation.
Right.
I will explain in detail about
Yes.
that as well. In Dubai, we have a minimum rental income we can receive here 8% minimum. But even though we can achieve more than that, if we use right strategy, right approach, and right property, right location, and this way, from the off-plan property, this is strategically you can make more than this also. But we are here discussing the average, and also the capital appreciation 5 to 10% you can achieve in Dubai. So this is also USD and UAE dirham pledged currency. There is no inflation, there is no currency depreciation.
Correct.
But when we are comparing Sri Lanka, because of the financial stability
Correct.
and market, this is always the currency will depreciate. So I hope this is the ROI we can see when we compare the both countries.
Right. Returns wise makes sense, Mr. Raj. But let's say for a person to enjoy these returns, let's talk about an investment of, let's say, Sri Lankan rupees of 100 million, right? With the investment of 100 million rupees, can a person actually enjoy these returns, Mr. Raj? Can
Yes.
a person acquire these opportunities?
Yes, of course. See, now 100 million rupees, Sri Lankan 100 million rupees, we can say equivalent to 1.2 million dirham when we convert into UAE dirham. So now with this 100 million rupees in Dubai, you can buy a tier 1 location, which is premium location. You can buy a studio. And tier 2 location, which is a mid-range location, you can buy a 1 bedroom, 1 unit you can buy. And also you can buy 2 studios in a tier 3 location, which is some affordable and entry point, and someone want to enter Dubai with the low budget can enter this location.
Right.
So these are 3 location we can invest with this 100 million. You can receive in here 8% minimum ROI from this, and as well as you can make a payback. You can take within a 5 to 7 years time, you this 100% return of this capital. You
Right.
can achieve in Dubai from this investment amount.
Understood. This tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 that you mentioned, Mr. Raj, could you brief it down exactly a bit? What exactly do you mean by this tier system? How does it work? And also, how does it compare to Sri Lanka with terms of pricing, location and investment potential?
Yes, this also I can compare with that. This 100 million which is in Sri Lanka, you can buy a 2-bedroom and prime location only. Similar and 100 million rupees, you can buy some other tier 3 location. We will now explain about the tier 1 and compare with the Sri
Yes.
Lanka market, because Sri Lankan, our investor, they can understand how they are compared with the Dubai real estate
Correct.
market. So now tier 1 example, this is the prime location, okay? Downtown Dubai, Business Bay, Dubai Marina, this all come under tier 1 location. In Sri Lanka, we can say Colombo 3, Colombo 2 and Colombo 7. These are prime locations.
Yes.
This comes under tier 1. And tier
Right.
2 in Dubai, they're like JVC, Arjan, Al Furjan, these all fall into tier 2, as
Right.
well as in Sri Lanka, we can say Colombo 4, 5, 6, this will be under tier 2.
Right.
And as well as tier 3, in Dubai, we can say DLRC and Majan area, international city. These are upcoming location, which is the affordable locations. In Sri Lanka, we can compare with the Hivala, Pittacotta and Colombo 13. These
Right.
are we can compare with here. And the difference here, 100 million, I already explained how we can purchase property here.
Correct.
And the appreciation, only the appreciation will differ from the location to location.
Right.
Strategically, how you used. Some tier 3 location will give appreciation in long-term way. And tier 2 location is the average, you can get the good appreciation as well. Some location,
Right.
some projects, okay. And tier 1 location, Dubai, most of the location matured market and like a saturated, appreciation will be limited. So
Right.
this is the way you need to plan as per the investment size and
Right.
the investment goal. We have to plan the location.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good, Mr. Raj. And also, coming back to one of the previous points that we were discussing about, you had actually mentioned on how an investment into real estate in Sri Lanka could potentially have someone to lose money due to inflation. If you could actually give us a real life example how this is possible, even if there was capital gain on paper in Sri Lanka, how would this work if you could give us a real life example?
I want to give one case study from one real life example. 2020, 5 years ago, investor purchased a 2 BHK apartment in Colombo 3. This is I'm giving a for example. So now toward 2020, they have bought this apartment at 100 million rupees, but which is a currency conversion. When we US dollar, it's the same time up to 2020, it was 185 rupees. So 540,000 US dollar, the worth of that property.
Right.
Now the investor sold that property after 5 years, 2025, at the sale price of 125 million, and the US dollar conversion rate is $420,000 because of the 297 at the time this rate. So you
Right.
can see here the difference.
Right.
So now in Sri Lanka rupees, they have made 25 million in profit.
Correct.
I mean capital gains.
Correct.
Okay, and the capital gain tax 10%, which is a 2.5 million, 22.5 million capital gain. So now let's say 4 million, maximum 4% of the rental income. It will be almost 20 million. So 4 million yearly, 4 million rental income, which is a almost 20 million rental income. So again, the rental income, we have to pay tax in Sri Lanka, income tax, which is up to 30%, but 18% we can have. Approximately, you can say they got the 3.6 million, almost a year rental income they lose from the tax as well. Okay, we have to pay. Just giving the calculation and the scenario of the returns only we are talking about. Now, we can see after 5 years, they have lose the capital because of the inflation and the currency depreciation. They lose approximately under $20,000.
Right.
So which is the profit, rental income tax and all. So now zero returns of this 5 years they received. But the same way in Dubai. Same investment someone else made. So what is the return they could have received? They could have received double their rental income easily, the same amount, and capital appreciation they will have received 5 to 10%. We can have a minimum 5% appreciation. Even if they bought the purchase in off-plan property, during the construction also they can have up to 10 to 30% appreciation in the construction price. So 5 to 7 years time, the payback will be there. In Sri Lanka, because of the inflation, because of the tax and other, we also want to mention about the service charges. This all we didn't count.
Yes.
So this all payback time in Sri Lanka, it will take more than 20 years. But that also half of the capital.
Half of the capital.
Capital amount. And they might earn from the rental income. But capital is, it will be because of the inflation.
Right.
In Sri Lanka rupee, you can see the capital gain. But in the foreign currency, because of the inflation and depreciation, it will be. But in Dubai, you can earn, this is a double
Right.
and triple sometime if you have used the right strategy. That's I'm again and again, I mention always the when you invest here, you have to invest smart, invest right and earn high. That strategy when we are entering in location to project selection and also the unit selection also will be to use the right approach. Then only you can get the even less than the 5 years time, the capital return and you can make in Dubai real estate market.
Right.
So this is the comparison you can see because of the inflation depreciation, they lose. That's why I say the investor in Sri Lanka, they have to focus Dubai real estate market. They should not just enter and
Right.
they have to do their own research, or they can approach the right property consultant, advisor and get the complete idea and knowledge about the market. And
Right.
with this, they can enter the right investment opportunity in Dubai real estate market.
Understood. Understood. Getting a bit into statistics, Mr. Raj, with these points that you mentioned, we want to understand how long does it take for tenuity wise for a person to recover his investment or get to a break-even stage at least through rental income and appreciation for an investment in Dubai real estate. What is the tenuity like?
Yeah, I mentioned in your previous question, this is the payback time. This is
Payback
what I
time. Correct.
return of capital. In Dubai, you can have a minimum 5 to 7 years time.
Yes.
But this is the based on the location, based on the right project, right unit.
Right.
All if you use the right approach, you can have a 5 to 7, even less than that. If you enter into the future growth areas, then that it can be taken more than 10 years also, but you can double the investment. But always you have to make sure the project and the property location and developer right choice. This is very important. But in Dubai, everything is possible because there are many projects and there are data, analyze everything and properly and enter the right project and right investment opportunities they can get and the payback time. Some data investment success stories we have even 2 years time also in the during the construction time also they have made the 100%
Right.
and which is their returns 100% capital they got even this time also.
Right.
But this is a exceptional cases, so always we want to see the average the records when we are compared to Sri Lanka. This will be a lower time because Sri Lanka 21 years mean here you can have a in 7 years the payback time will
Right.
be. Yeah, always I will advise go with the exit strategy. See anything you if you want to purpose any reason because there are few investment purposes the people will come with which is a short term gain, which is a long term only for a flipping purpose which is a short term gain, and second they will come with the long term gain which is a resale the property when they get the right capital returns they can exit, and other third option is mostly people choose for the passive income. But for all these three they need a right exit strategy.
Right.
And property we will say if you decided to buy it immediately, don't wait. But if you purchased any property you should wait for right time to exit from this
Right.
investment. This is the one of the main they have to keep in mind in Dubai real estate market.
Right.
To right time to exit and maximize their returns.
Right, right. Mr. Raj, there's been this hype about off-plan real estate in Dubai. Usually, when a person talks about real estate in our home country, Sri Lanka, it's always about going, seeing the property, seeing the furniture, the typical procedure. What is this off-plan hype about, Mr. Raj Khaleel? Could you elaborate on this, please?
See, the off-plan Dubai real estate market is working with the real demand. You can see Dubai, the city, 25 years old, young city, and it's a growing population here. Last, when we compare with the 10 years before, it was a range of 2 million population. Now, today date, it is up to now reaching to 4 million. Now, the projection is by 2040, it will be 7.8 million. So, when we see about the hype of plan, always I advise my investors in real estate or any investment, you should take a decision based on the logical and not emotional. I will say this hype or anything, they need amenities, they need a good payment plan, they need a good project and good location. But see, all locations are good in Dubai.
Makes
Dubai is
sense.
small city. But even though they are the tier 1, tier 2 or 3 location, which is a potential and all, but always see the data. Take decision based on the data. Data is profitable. And emotional, when you see the furnitures or payment plan or private swimming pool, you have to see that with this all features, amenities will give you the benefits. I mean, will give you a returns. You can maximize the returns. Appreciation, you can, the payback time you can reduce. The appreciation will be increased. So all this you have to analyze before you buy a property. So in Dubai, there's a real demand. I will say there's a no hype. But hype is you should not work with the or take a decision with the about the marketing, advertisement or anything. So deeply you have to understand that based on your needs. First of all, this always the project and location, amenities or a payment plan based on your objective, financial goals, financial situation. This all will work. So I hope this will
It does
fulfill.
clarify.
Yeah.
Yes, very much. And speaking about payments, Mr. Raj, how and what are the options for a Sri Lankan to have their funds allocated in Dubai markets? Because as you already know, there's quite a few obstacles to allocate funds through different borders. What is your input in this?
See, many Sri Lankan investors, we help to open their non-resident bank account. We also guided with the company setup also, where they can do the transaction through their non-resident bank account. But here developers accept many payment method. See, now we always analyze any investors. We understand their objective. We will understand their budget range. We understand their timeline. Then we understand their cash flow and other financial situation. Based on that, we offer a payment plan options. In Dubai, you can have a 3 to 5 years payment plan, 6 years payment plan, even 7 years payment plan. Some exceptional cases, even 10 years payment plan. They can plan their project based on the payment plan. But always I advise not to give a more preference always only for payment plan. Because of your goal is you want to payback time, but payback time, which is your return of your capital and high rental. This can be possible from the high rental yield, from the high capital appreciation. This only possible from the right project selection, right property unit selection and all. So this way we always want to advise the payment plan. The payment plan will be the secondary. With the payment plan, all options are available. And sometime when they face some cash flow and monthly payment plan, because why off plan properties there is no mortgage.
Correct.
Mortgage option only for ready properties. There are payment plan 50-50, 50 during construction, 50 on handover or 40 on handover.
Yes.
They can go for a mortgage on completion. Sometime their mortgage eligibility and other challenges might be available. Through the financial other arrangement, they can
Correct.
pay their installment monthly, and also they can pay during the construction the payment plan also.
Correct. And also one more thing, Mr. Raj, speaking about payment plans, I want to understand how much should a person actually allocate into Dubai real estate firstly to get involved in the process. Does he own the property as soon as he makes an initial investment, and what is this percentage? Could you brief us about this a bit?
Yes, let's say example for 100 million rupees they are investing in Dubai, the worth of the amount, and the initial investment they needed a 20% for as a down payment initially, and a 4% DLD.
Right.
Then which is around 25 million rupees they need initial investment. Then they can enter Dubai real estate market if they are the investment amount is 100 million.
Right.
If their investment amount is 50 million, initial investment will be 12.5 million. So there is a DLD fee will be, which is a title deed registration fee. This will be paid upfront, not
Right.
like in Sri Lanka. In Dubai, all the off-plan property, they will receive pre-title deed in advance, ownership document. So this is the 4% will be charged by Dubai Land Department. After SPA signed, they will receive the pre-title deed by Dubai Land Department directly. The initial investment amount, when we discuss based on the amount of the investment, they can start.
Right. So just for me to understand, Mr. Raj, you're saying that a person can actually own a property in a case of, let's say, 100 million. If he makes a 25% payment, that person can actually own his property within this 25 million investment. Firstly, he will get documents with his name in it.
Yes. See, here Dubai, you can own, register your property.
Right.
Not only one person, you can own jointly as well.
Right.
So all the property ownership here in Dubai, we can see the freehold properties.
Right.
You know, there are leasehold as well. When we talk about the freehold property, even you are with the inheritance law also will apply. So now let's say on ownership, if you are investment amount is 100 million worth amount and or 50 million, there is a always you better to keep 25 million as a 25% or 24, but I just want to make it easy. That's what I say 25. Otherwise, it is you need only 24%.
Right.
24% amount in initially you have to keep that based on your investment size.
Right.
Then they will receive the ownership document. So this ownership also they can jointly they can buy, which is with the spouse or friends, business partners, which is in the title deed. All their name will be mentioned. So this is also one of the advantage owning the
Right.
property in Dubai.
Right.
The way they made easy for foreigners to own property in Dubai.
Right.
Yeah.
Mr. Raj, one last question for you. With all of this information that you've been giving us, me myself, I'm very interested to get a property from you, and I want to understand for a person, let's say if I'm a Sri Lankan investor myself, what is the minimum price that I can enter into Dubai real estate, keeping in my pockets and come to you and ask, Mr. Raj, this is what I have. Can you get me a property, a studio, one bedroom, regardless? What
Yes.
amount do I need to have in my pockets for you to give me a property?
Yes. Yeah, that's a great question, and I can say everyone and professionals, not only business owners or saving the fund. If you have some saving, if you can monthly installment, you can enter off-plan real estate market with the minimum 50 million rupees.
Huh.
Okay, if you have 50, this 50 million is no need upfront. You only need a 24% in the initial stage. And then you can have a 5 years, 7 years, 10 years payment plan. So standard payment plan is mostly 5 years payment plan, but
Right.
3 years is there. If you go for the some premium locations, mostly the 3 years payment plan. So with
Right.
this payment plan, anyone can own a property in Dubai very easily. They can enter 50 million rupees investment. They can easily they can make a minimum 4 million rental income yearly.
Right.
Will give a payback also 5 to 7 years time if the
Right.
right location, right project. Again, I want to say
Yes.
right approach. If they used within a short time, they can get the payback.
Right, that's very good. And you're saying with a 50 million rupee investment in my pockets, I can enter and
Yes.
fully own a property in Dubai.
Of course,
That's
of course.
very good.
Yeah.
And also, I've heard about certain visa opportunities, Mr. Raj. Can I entertain these visa opportunities with this
Yes.
investment? How does
Yes,
it work?
Yes. See, there's the visa opportunities are minimum eligible criteria as they are, and we can say for 750,000 dirham, which is around 60 million above. Any investment, if the 50% has paid, completely paid, then they will be qualify for a 2 years investor visa.
Right.
And there is a 10 years golden visa which they can enter, which when they have a property value with the 2 million dirham plus, then they can obtain golden visa. But immediately after they receive the ukud, which is I say the 24% as per the payment plan. Some
Right.
project might be 10% also qualify, but you need a ukud, which is a pre-title deed. This is the main document. When you have a pre-title deed, you can obtain golden visa, and for 10 years and until this properties you are owning, and also you can sponsor your spouse, children, and even servants and parents, all can be covered.
Right, understood.
Yes.
Now, for let's say us both to do a real estate transaction deal, it's quite easy. We know each other. But if an investor approaches you for an investment opportunity in the UAE, how would you guide them? How would you help them establish the total process?
Yes. See, I am as a wealth advisor or advisor. I follow some strategy. I always use my philosophy, which is invest smart, invest right, and high. So for achieve this, I use some strategic approach, which is a data-driven guidance and fact-based advice. So I will go through based on their needs, objectives, and their financial situation and cash flow. Then I will advise according to that at project selection. So initially, I will educate them. I will educate them complete about the market with the based on the data. So I will use tools like
Right.
a property monitor and many other Dubai Land Department datas and all other research and reports, rental trends and market trends. I will make sure everything, and I will guide them. I will educate them with this all first. They enter this real estate market with the peace of mind and
Right.
stress-free transaction
Right.
experience they want to get. So this is my goal to help the investor to create the wealth through the right approach and maximize their returns of their capital, gain high rental yield. This all use the right approach, whether the investors
Right.
at the end of the day they enjoy this
Right.
and get this support,
Right.
and they use this and by invest in the right project and
Right.
right location and go with the right developer, and this is all the process will be which is I'm using.
Right. Mr. Raj, you mentioned two key phrases over there.
Yeah.
Fact-based and data-driven strategies. How exactly does these key phrases help maximize an investor to maximize his returns?
See, this is all the data, the case studies. I'll say the fact based mean I will see the rental data and capital
Right.
appreciation, which is in the market, the previous, past and current and future, about the trends, about
Right.
the future, the demand, supply demand, and future development and the country and the city vision. Because Dubai has the 2033 economic agenda and 2040 vision and 2033 real estate strategy. This all I I use this data and I apply with these investors, my clients' objectives. This based on this, I will use tools, and this all tools will help them because we are partner with the more than 100 developers. We
Right.
have access more than 750 projects.
Right.
So all this based on their payment plan, the cash flow, all I can bring together and analyze, and then I give this fact-based advice. This will help them to take the informed decision, right decision, stress-free decision, which is a logical decision. I mentioned already, not emotional. So
Yes.
I will help them to take a logical decision. This is I call fact-based advising.
Right. Very insightful, Mr. Raj. And one more thing I wanted to ask, most real estate brokerages over here, they actually focus on onboarding the client.
Yes.
Once the client is onboarded, the client is left alone to walk with his own journey. You mentioned something earlier about an exit strategy for investors. How exactly would you help facilitate these exit strategies? And does that mean that you will maintain some sort of a relationship with the client after he gets the property? Could you please guide us on that?
Yes. So our approach is always long term, not a short term. So any investors on board, first of all, we will educate them. It's a long term process. Trust build with them, build the relationship with them. And all the process, they will not invest sometime immediately.
Right.
Okay, go through them until the right project, right investment opportunity to meet their goals. Okay,
Right.
and finally, after they understand the complete investment process, then the second project selection and all will be there according to the meeting with their objectives and the goals. Then they are the purchasing support will be there. Documentation until they signed SPA, they receive the OCUD pre-title deed. We are with them. And also, if they have a visa option, which is a golden visa or any investor visa, also we will guide them. Will guide them through the right process, and also the opening the non-resident bank account. We help them for that, and also we help them to hand over the process. If they are not here, we take care snagging process also.
Right.
Through third party proper inspection company. They inspect the property and they take over. Then they rent out the property, managing the property. Also we will take care, and also finally they want to exit, resale. Right time we will inform them to exit right time, and this way we completely the investor we take care. Not only this is not a short term relationship. This is a long term relationship.
Right.
This is coming from the trust and relationship. So we always not here for short-term gains. So
Right.
long-term opportunities for both of us.
Right. So it's basically like a one-stop solution
Yes.
for all needs for a client to
Yes.
figure out all of his real estate solutions. And finally, Mr. Raj,
Yes.
what would you tell to all Sri Lankan investors who's listening to us right now as a conclusion, considering Dubai real estate?
I will say before you invest in Dubai real estate market, understand the market very well and approach a right trustworthy property consultant and investment advisor. Check they have a proper license. So all realtors should have a license. Make sure the ethical person and who will really care about your benefits. This is very important. And understand, don't take a decision based on the emotional. It should be decision based on the logical. And I will always encourage people. You should have own property in Sri Lanka because all we are Sri Lankans.
Yes.
But in the meantime, the investment, your portfolio, you can have also in Dubai real estate market.
Right.
And you all are here safe, well regulated market, and you can start to invest in Dubai real estate market. Enjoy your profit because there is no inflation, no currency depreciation, and high rental income and high appreciation. You can enjoy these the gains and the income. This way, I will advise people the right approach and work with the right people.
So, Mr. Raj, if anyone wants to reach for real estate advice, how can they reach you?
Yes, they can reach me through my website, which is the rajkhaleel.realtor.
Right.
And Raj Khaleel, as well as I'm available in LinkedIn.
Right.
And my WhatsApp number, they can reach me for any assistance, any advice, any property consultancy.
Thank you so
Okay.
much for your insight, Mr. Raj Khalil, and especially for your time for having to sit down with us today for this podcast.
Yes.
And to every one of our listeners, do feel free to connect with Mr. Raj Khalil. As a matter of fact, Google Raj Khalil and you will get to know what kind of a wealth advisor he is. And thank you once again for joining us today.